Welcome, I am Sandra Mirage. We've come to the end of another year, and this is when we journey back in time to remind you of some of the major stories making headlines and impacting the country in 2019. Among them, crime, politics, the economy, social issues. This is 868 in 365.
July 15 brought the shocking news of the murder of popular actor and award-winning producer Raymond Choo-Kong at his home at Green Street, Arima. The 69-year-old stage director's body was found with multiple stab wounds in his living room around 2 p.m. Police said there appeared to be...
But here in the audio booth, we have Sherilyn Lewis, our journalist, who is working on what was happening on the crime front in the headlines in 2019. Sherilyn, take us through the year and remind us about what were some of the major stories in crime for 2019.
Well, Sandra, the murder toll for 2019 surpassed that of 2018. Among some of the major crime stories this year were the brutal killing of beloved actor and film producer Raymond Choo-Kong, the savage killings of the 5 Calibre fishermen, and the killings of 2 reputed gang leaders. July 15th brought the shocking news of the murder of popular actor and award-winning producer Raymond Choo-Kong at his home at Green Street, Arima. The 69-year-old stage director's body was found with multiple stab wounds in his living room around 2 p.m. Police said there appeared to be marks of violence on his body and there was a broken chair next to his recliner. During investigations, police found a hidden camera in the living room which showed a man stabbing Choo-Kong numerous times. Police indicated that the man was someone well known to Choo-Kong as he was allowed entry into the house. Many people in the arts fraternity and those who knew Choo-Kong well paid tribute to his legacy, among them Mayor of Arima, Lisa Morris-Julian. A week later, on July 22nd, a boy's primary school graduation ends in tragedy as his mother, state witness Candy Ann McIntyre, is shot dead as she left the function in Santa Cruz. 36-year-old McIntyre had given evidence in the trial of 3 men for the murder of her brother, Colin DeLandro. No one was ever held for her killing. On the same day around 3:30 a.m., pirates attacked a group of 7 fishermen in the Gulf of Paria, throwing them overboard and stealing their boat's engines. The fishermen were Shiva Ramdale, Anand Rampersad, Alex Suknanan, Jason Batiste, Leslie Debole, Justin Kissoon, and his cousin Brandon Kissoon. They had been beaten and left for dead. Hours later, relatives received the devastating news of the attack and recovered 2 of the 6 boats minus their engines. A search was launched and 2 days later, the bodies of Leslie Debole and Anand Rampersad were found at a buoy at Brighton Beach, Point Fortin. On that same day, police arrested 2 men at a house in Sealots. They recovered 6 engines believed to have been stolen during the same pirate attack. On Thursday, July 25th, the bodies of Shiva Ramdale and Brandon Kissoon were found by fishermen and the Coast Guard in waters off Point Fortin. On that same day, reputed drug and gun smuggler Vaughan Sandman Mieres, his wife Letty Mieres, Nigel Blood Octum, and a 4th man were shot and killed at Sandman's house in Las Cuevas. Police reports stated that the assailants entered and exited by boat. Mieres was well known to the police, having been charged for multiple offences, including conspiracy to commit murder and firearm possession. Now, following the arrests of 2 Sealots men by police later that evening, reputed gang leader Keeney Dole Adams and 2 others were shot and killed by officers of the Interagency Task Force. One of the others killed was a man with the alias Bulls. These killings prompted a protest by Sealots residents who blocked the roadway, burned tires and debris, and hurled insults at police officers. The area was locked down by police officers and members of the defense force until the community returned to normalcy. On Saturday, July 27th, the police confirmed that Akini Dole Adams was a person of interest in the disappearance of the 7 fishermen. Moving ahead to Saturday, July 30th, 2019, the body of Hemraj Alex Suknanan was found floating just off the Erin coast. To date, the bodies of Jason Batiste and Justin Kisoon were never found. Their families have since given up hope of their recovery. Another story of note this year, on December 17th, a High Court ruling shocked the country as 5 men were sentenced to death by hanging. This after a jury found the men guilty of the 2005 kidnapping and murder of Dr. Edward Corey. In his ruling, High Court Judge Malcolm Holdip passed sentence on Sean James, Caleb Donaldson, Jerome Murray, Terry Moore, and Robert Franklin. Dr. Corey was abducted by 4 men from his import and distribution company in the Mokoya Industrial Estate. 2 days later, his decapitated body was found in an abandoned citrus plantation in central Trinidad. His severed head was never found. And those were some of the major crime stories making headlines in 2019. I'm Sherilyn Lewis, TTT News.